Hi, ladies and gentlemen, it's Eddie Marcus, and it's Saturday night or early Sunday morning. It's late, and I'm just getting in. I get out, did a little karaoke, did one of those tunes by Tyrone Davis, Turn Back the Hands of Time, and what's called Secret Agent Man by Johnny Rivers. Pretty nice going. I think I had a good time. That was my real purpose, and maybe somebody else had a good time because of the performance that I did. That was what it was all about. But even then, you were always on my mind. And here I am before I go to bed tonight. I'm thinking about you. And what am I thinking about you? I'm thinking about the pain and I'm thinking about the suffering that each of us go through every day. And I don't see it going anyplace because we as a people have basically been conditioned to accept this where as a standard way of life, and that is nothing that we can actually do about it. That we just have to sit on the sideline and wait and hope and pray that things will change, or that if you plant enough seeds with the religious community, that God might wake up one day and answer you. Well, be this as it may, it all is a reflection of where we have been and where we are. And I'm not trying to bite that. All I want to say to the world is this: when you see your neighbor doing things that you can't do, people have said you're jealous. You're not jealous. What you are is you are reminded of your inability to satisfy some of the needs, not necessarily that, but some of the needs that you might have that would give you the same kind of comfort that it wouldn't matter. But you have been denied that, and we have been taught to believe that if we have been denied that, it is because of our fault, our own fault. That we have opportunity, everything is open up to us, and we express ourselves and go for it. We got it going. But what we weren't told is that we had a system that was designed to make sure that as every step that you made, somebody else could benefit too from that. And you, my friend, would have to lose a step back. Well, I know you don't understand that. That comes from accepting the ways that men have taught us to be. Do you know men have taught us that God was a man? In the scripture, man made in God's image. Two legs, I guess, two arms. I don't think they didn't say alien. So, and not only that, they put a picture of what God looked like. And so everybody that has a near-death experience, the ones that talk to Jesus, and many of them talk to Jesus, and they come back and tell us they talk to Jesus. And when people ask them, what did Jesus look like? Some would start saying he's so bright you couldn't actually tell. And some would describe the same picture that's in the book. That's what he looked like. And I've never heard anybody say they talked to God before, but I heard somebody say yesterday that they talked to God. Well, all of these things happen, ladies and gentlemen, but there's one thing I guarantee you is true. There's not one individual on the earth that would will themselves to pain and suffering unless they were doing it for a cause, but just naturally to live a life of pain and suffering. No one would will that to themselves. And no one, if they were the lords of themselves, would allow themselves to experience this in their living. And every last one of us, if we had to choose a God, every God that we chose as an individual would be as good to us as we would be to ourselves. Not one of us would choose a demonic God. And yet, most of us live under the authority of a demonic God. Because we've never, I don't think, I haven't, heard anybody tell us that we could have our desires here on earth. Everybody tells us just we got to fight through this, don't rock the boat, and when we die, we'll be blessed. But somewhere, somehow, I don't know how I got it, but something told me that the same power that was able to build this earth, that was able to supply this earth with everything that we as individuals need, and every last one of us needing to engage ourselves in the process of creating all that we need in such an abundance that none of us would ever have to suffer a lack of anything. And by doing that, we don't have to lie, cheat, steal, or kill, or hate, or be a racist, or bigot, or be, at odds with anyone. Why? Because we would have learned the value of knowing who you are. You are a creation made by a power that is responsible for all the other creations. And that same power that protects you is also protecting everyone else. And it only requires that we do unto others as we'd have others do unto us. And I don't see, ladies and gentlemen, why I have to sit up here and keep saying this here stuff because I'm poor. I chose to be poor. So when I can see pain and suffering, I'm not ashamed to tell you. I'm not buying into that lie that I'm responsible for this. I'm not responsible for this. The system is responsible for this. The way of the world is responsible for this. And it is this way because the people allow it to continue to exist. Somebody said, well, why are you pointing your finger at us? We made it. I know you made it. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the ones who have not made it and what's preventing them from making it. And you know what it is? What? All of you. Everybody that says you got it, and that's okay. You're saying that all the pain and the suffering in the world is okay. And that's because you don't know God. My message is to invite you to experience the God of the universe, not a man, not a woman, but all men and all women as an expression of your understanding of the true power and your position to that power. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'll leave before my time run out. I want to thank you so very much for this. Until next, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.